Hello, everyone. Today is Good Friday. Welcome to the JT Media Podcast. Today I'm going all in on UFC 249. Alright, so basically, we already knew Khabib was not going to be in the card. He got trapped in Russia. We knew that. What we didn't know is who was taking his spot. Or if Tony Ferguson would accept the fight. I came up with the podcast Wednesday. I said Tony Ferguson shouldn't accept the fight, but he did anyways. And Justin Gaethje is stepping in, saving the card, which is it's it's an amazing fight. Let's just say that. Obviously, I think all of us would have rather seen Tony Ferguson versus Khabib, but this is a very good fight as well. Justin Gaethje is one of the he's crazy. He just walks forward. In my opinion, he's the most entertaining fighter in the UFC on the UFC roster right now. He just walks forward, throws bombs. He's very, and he's also talented at it. He has 2 losses, but that was early. He's on like a 3-fight win streak, I believe. First round knockouts, all of them. He's very good. Tony Ferguson, he's definitely the more skilled fighter here. I think he has a more well-rounded game out of it, but Justin Gaethje will walk forward. This fight's going to be madness. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great pay-per-view card. Anyways, so that's the main event. That's the big news. Justin Gaethje stepping in for Khabib Nurmagomedov to face Tony Ferguson. But there's a great card also. In the co-main event, Jessica Andrade is fighting Rose Namajunas. This was already scheduled on the card. Anyways, this is a rematch of the first time they fought whenever Rose Namajunas was the champion. And Andrade beat her by like a slam thing. And again, I'm not gonna go over my predictions for this podcast. That's gonna be for the Friday before the fights. But I'm just going over like the latest, what's going on. Anyways, so she lost that fight to like a slam or whatever. She hasn't fought in a long time. I think almost maybe since then. So she's coming back. Andrade is facing her. Obviously a new champion, the Zhang Weili or whatever. I think it's a good fight. I don't know which way this is gonna go at the moment, but I think it's a good fight. Next up on the main card, which I'm actually upset about this. Why is this on the main card? Greg Hardy is fighting Yorgan De Castro. Why didn't they put Ngannou versus Rosenstruck on the main card? We'll get back to that. But this is, I mean, it'll probably be a good fight, but come on. You put Greg Hardy on the main card, but not Francis Ngannou? That is ridiculous. I don't even know what to say about that. That is so stupid. Sorry. That is dumb. It doesn't make any sense at all. A great card all around, but I don't want to see why is Greg Hardy on the main card. It doesn't make sense. Next up is Vicente Luque versus Nico Price. This is a great fight. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Vicente Luque is a monster. He just keeps walking forward. That Stephen Thompson fight, he was getting destroyed, but he just kept walking forward. He's a very talented fighter, and he does not quit. Nico Price, unbelievable fighter. He's obviously up and coming. These guys are just gonna bang. Nico Price, I think, might be a bit more talented all around, but Vicente Luque is just gonna bang with him. It's gonna be a great fight. Talking about bangers, Jeremy Stevens is also fighting Calvin Cutter. Both of these guys are just brawlers. This fight's not going the distance. These guys are just going to destroy each other. Perfect way to open up the main card. Now, on the prelims have some great fights as well. In fact, I think 2 fights that could be on the main card. Probably should be on the main card, especially one of them. The main prelim, Francis Ngannou versus Jairzinho Rosenstruck, excuse me. Why is this fight not on the main card? Why is Greg Hardy on the main card and this is not? Rosenstruck 10-0 from Africa, just been destroying guys left and right. Ngannou wants the title fight, hasn't been able to set it up yet. Been knocking guys out, obviously left and right. He's Francis Ngannou, we all know him. It's going to be a great fight. Someone's getting knocked out. It's going to be fantastic. It's on the prelim, so everybody gets to see it, I guess. That's the benefit to it. Next up at middleweight, a great fight. I think this one should be on the main card as well. Uriah Hall versus Jacare Souza. Jacare Souza way better on the ground. Uriah Hall, I think, better on the feet. this is a very intriguing fight, especially in middleweight. Both of these guys are kind of playing the gatekeeper role at the moment. But both of these guys, I think, are fighting for their careers at this point. Jacare Souza's lost a couple. Uriah Hall, he's never really been up there, if that makes sense. Uriah Hall wins. You know what? This is a big win for him. He could potentially start looking at higher ranked fighters. Jacare Souza wins. Well, he's trying to make another title run. I really, this is a great fight. Both of these guys are really talented, and again, I think this should be on the main card as well. Next up, Marlon Vera versus Ray Borg is the last regular prelim. Vera, he's less experienced than Ray Borg. I'm not making predictions here, but I think Ray Borg should be able to take this one easy. It's a bit of a mismatch, but the other guy is up and coming, and the flyweight division is wide open at the moment. So we'll see what happens. Now there are a lot of early prelims on Fight Pass, ESPN Plus. Alexander Hernandez versus Omar Morales is the main one of those. It's going to be a great fight. Alexander Hernandez hasn't really... the last time he fought, I believe, was Cowboy Cerrone back in Australia. He's a very good fighter. He lost that fight, but he was an up-and-coming guy up until that point. And then Omar Morales is obviously 9-0. Should be a good one. Next is Michael Johnson versus Khama Worthy. Michael Johnson, the more experienced guy, hasn't won in a long time, got knocked out a couple times. Kind of playing the gatekeeper role. Worthy trying to break that. Sijara Eubanks, 4-4, fighting Sarah Morris. Just kind of a filler fight, I believe. Although Eubanks did fight for the title recently to fill in. I don't know, but she was, but missed weight. I forget. And to kick off the card, Smiling Sam Alvey is fighting Ryan Spann in the light heavyweight division. I think he's making his light heavyweight debut, Sam Alvey. Anyways, great card. I think, let's talk about location real quick, because this was obviously the main thing. The whole reason Khabib went to Russia, apparently, was because the location was supposed to be in Abu Dhabi. It's since changed that. Dana White recently just bought an island, which is insane. Sort of like Bruce Lee, other movie, like you're going to like the Fight Island or something. It's amazing. And they're going to be holding fights like almost every week. The UFC is a full go, apparently, and I love it. We need some sort of sports in our life right now, and the UFC is amazing. So there's an island. he's purchased an island, and all the fighters will be going to that island from now on. For this fight, though, they're not going to the island. They're going to a casino in a Native American reservation place. I can't remember the name of it as of right now, but that's where they're going, isolated, and they're just going to do the fights there, hopefully safely. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, and I don't really know how they're allowed to do this. But, hey, I'm happy to see it. I think everyone's happy to see it. Hopefully no one gets sick. Hopefully everyone's healthy. Should be a great card. Main event, it's such a good fight. It is such... Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje, mouth-watering fight right there. The rest of the card is stacked as well. The only thing I don't like is Greg Hardy being on the main card, and Ngannou not. It doesn't make any sense. But aside from that, again, great card by Dana White. And predictions will be happening next week. Thanks for listening to the JT Media Podcast. Have a happy Easter, everybody. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all those places. Leave a review where you can. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.